I said I wasn't going to do it. I said I wasn't going to do it. I said I wasn't going to do a review of a frozen bag of garden peas. No, I'm joking. I'm not, so don't give your hopes up. Well, I'm here to bring you a video which I was supposed to have done months ago, actually. Well, now to here to finally do. Actually, I've got a whole bunch of added stuff to this collection, which I'm about to review for you. Well, show rather. So, yep, I'm here to show you my updated CD collection for November 2013. Boom. Let's hope that doesn't fall over. Enjoy the video. Peace. Well, okay, good evening once again. I've got a lot of new added CDs to the collection since Christmas, and the last time I did a CD collection video was just days after when I turned 15, so yep. Well, I'm now 16, obviously one year older, but none the wiser. So yep. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace. Well, I usually do that at the end of the video, but yep. So we'll get off with Saxon albums, actually, I guess. Well, at the moment I've got about 1, 2, 3. I've got 5 Saxon albums to show you. I am planning on getting some more. On the list I've got Power and the Glory, and the current album on the list, and the early album and Strong Arm of the Law. So yep. Well, and the Saxon albums, the early ones are really good. So yep, I'm going to show you them right now. We're going to start off with Saxon, the debut album, as you can see, right here. Very good album. I've listened to it. Very progressive, rocky like. So yeah, excellent album with the tracks on the back. You can see a picture of the band. I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna test another camera angle out on my windowsill as well. So yep. Well, the album's okay. Not the best Saxon album, but this cover of a Saxon on front actually is quite nice. So yep, not bad album actually. Well, I love the Saxon albums, which I love are the ones spanning Wheels of Steel 2. Well, the ones with a very raw sound actually. So yep. Next one, the follow-up album, Wheels of Steel. Excellent album, classic heavy metal album from the early 1980s. If you haven't heard this album. If you haven't heard this album, I'd recommend you buy this album. Excellent classic Saxon album. Really good. Well done, Saxon. Your album, Wheels of Steel, was a success. So yep, and that was it, and this was the album which got Saxon's popularity underway, so yep. And the Eagle and the Wheel, so yep. One of the other follow-up albums to a follow-up to the Strong Arm of the Law album, Denim and Leather. Excellent album with the hugely classic metal anthem, Denim and Leather. I don't know if you can see a picture of the band right there. So yep, Denim and Leather, excellent album, classic. Yep, got the band Motorbikes. I'm going to show you I'll show you this was on the back of the original vinyl. Yep, I'm just going to show you there for a second. Yep, I don't know if you can see all 5 band members right on there. Yep, excellent album, classic. And another one from this era, before Power and the Glory. This is the first one with Nigel Glocker after Peter Gill left after injuring his left hand. I don't know which hand it was. I'm going to have to look up again. I'm just going to have to find out which hand it was again. Eagles Landed, excellent album. The case is smashed, unfortunately. It's just over there. But excellent album. Excellent album. The disc is in here like so, and got this little booklet. This also appeared on the back of the original vinyl, right here. So yep, and I forgot this camera angle. I'm going to use this camera angle until I get a tripod. For Christmas, I need a tripod for this camera, actually. So yep, Eagles Landed, classic heavy metal live album. So yep, and the last one in my Saxon album collection is Crusader. Well, the album's okay. It's not the best Saxon album, but it's got one classic song, The only song I think I like off the album is Crusader. Well, this cover actually is quite nice, actually, with the knight, one of the Saxons, of the symbols of the eagle. But well, really good album, though. Not the best Saxon album, though. Now we're going to move on to Van Halen. Van Halen classic band, heavy metal or hard rock band. So yeah, I've got one of their albums. This is Women and Children First. Great album, again. So yep, excellent. I'm planning on getting more in the future, actually. And, oops, I almost put the case open. Got David Lee Roth, the debut, this day, his major solo debut, Eating My Mouth, to doing that EP called, I forgot what it was called. Wait, Crazy from the Heat. That was it, with those covers of the Beach Boys song, and that song was right. Just the jiggle was dancing around like a showman. Well, that's what David Lee Roth is. The guy, I'm just a gigolo everywhere I go. The people are playing in every night. So, I've forgotten how the words go. It's to every dance, selling each romance. I need to know I'm playing. I need to search that song after this video and listen to it. So yeah, classic soul album. Really enjoyed this album. I think this is my most favourite David Lee Roth album before he got the classic lineup of Steve Vai, that Mr. Big bassist, and I've gone through that drummer was as well. Oh, this next one's a classic Def Leppard. Pyromania, brilliant album, excellent, magnificent rock album. Rock till you die. My love of heavy metal. We've got a couple of Rainbow albums to show you. I'm going to just test the camera angle for some of these on the windowsill. I'm going to click the camera off and set it up. I'm going to show you the Black Sabbath Motorhead albums just to test with the camera angle, actually. So yeah, got Rising, classic, right here. If you haven't listened to this, you don't know what you're missing. Well, it's just for the people who haven't listened to this album, who have just become new heavy metal fans, actually. I apologise. Well, so yeah. Long Live Rock and Roll, another classic album. The last one featuring Ronnie James Dio. This cover, actually, with the band members on, is quite nice, actually. Very good artist drawing sketch. Well, great songs on here. Rock and roll. One time, I think I almost did Ronnie James Dio's voice at one point. I don't know what this album's doing. This is not my album. But this is my dad's. Contraband. Really good album. I've got that in right now in the back. Excellent album. Although this is not mine. I don't know why what it's doing in here. So you can see Scott Weiland, his never stopping changing appearance with his hair and vocal style. So yeah, this is actually the black album cover. There's two other versions of this album cover. This cover, I don't know if you could see on camera, but had a woman pointing a gun. The white cover had the woman taking out the gun, and there was a red cover as well with a woman taking out a gun. So yeah, Powerslave. Again, this is not my album, but Iron Maiden, excellent band. My favourite band of all time. It's never. My favourite music act or band is never going to change. It's always going to be Iron Maiden. So, yep, rock on. And up the irons to Iron Maiden. And I hope Iron Maiden had a really great tour. And I've got a shout out to the band. So yep. David Bowie. I don't know what this is doing in here. So yeah. Well, this is okay-ish album. I'm just sort of trying to make my CD collection quite diverse, and it isn't. I'm trying to make it quite diverse, so it isn't just all rock and heavy metal. Europe, best of compilation, actually. Classic band right here. This is a compilation I don't know if you could see on camera, but you can actually see some band members right there on it, if you can see. So yep, classic compilation here. I don't know if you could see, but yep. So yep, got another compilation. Got Kiss Double Platinum. This is actually given to me by my dad. So yep, haven't really listened to this album, but I will listen to it eventually. Yep, Kiss Double Platinum had all the hits from 1974 through to 78. Yep. And then I've got another compilation here. This time it's a Def Leppard compilation. I got this nearly 5 years ago for Christmas one year when I was 11. So yep, I've got all their greatest hits on here. This is actually the compilation which came out in 2004. My dad's got a compilation which it had that hit when Love and Hate Collide. So yep, we've got a bit of AC/DC for you. Let There Be Rock. Let There Be Rock. Bon Scott, really great man, really great singer. So yep, classic album here for you from AC/DC. I'm just gonna also test a different camera angle on the windowsill. It's just as a test, actually. So yep, Highway to Hell, classic I Made An album. No, I mean AC/DC album. Sorry, if I could get my words, if I get my words right. I mean, classic AC/DC album. Recommend you get this album. And with great cover, great songs, great everything. Fantastic. Yep. We've got a raw sounding Brian Johnson era album which came out after the classic. For those about to rock, we salute you. Flick at the Switch. Not my favourite AC/DC album, but I still have to listen to this, see if it's good or not. So yeah, I'll just have to see how this album is before I could tell you my next CD collection video if it's good or bad. So yeah, Blow Up Your Video, good album. Not the best AC/DC album, but yep, still really good. With the AC/DC Angus Young jumping out the television. Like he's coming at you like a Formula 1 race car. That was Fleetwood Mac. I was singing right there. Actually, blow up your video, shut down the radio, and now don't let go. Yes, no. Sorry. That's the way I wanna rock and roll. That's the way I wanna rock and roll. Yeah. Impersonation Brian Johnson here. Right, excellent album here. So yep. I'm just gonna test something after I've showed these two albums. Got a bit of Whitesnake, Slide It In, good album. Whitesnake's big breakthrough in America. This is actually the 25th anniversary. I'm just gonna show you quickly. It's got picture of David Coverdale when you open it up right there, and some single covers right here. I don't know if you can see them on camera, but yep. And this has actually got 2 discs. Whoops. One of them was piled on top of the other. So yep, you've got the CD containing the US remix and the US remix and the UK mix with a couple of extra tracks, and the DVD which actually contains promo videos and some live performances as well. So yep, and also contains this little booklet. Let me just get it out. Yep. Well, this was actually the original cover for Slide In on the front of this booklet. So yep, it gives you information about the album, about Whitesnake at the time when it's recorded. So yep. Let me just, if I can just, 1 minute. If I could just get it, if I can just, so yeah, if I can just, how can I do this? How can I do this? Sorry, what's up? One more time, sorry about this, I'm just trying to flick the page. Oh, never mind. Anyway, good album. There we are, I did it that time, so yep. Well, I've got another Whitesnake album right here, sorry, I've wasted enough time flicking the pages of that book, so yeah. Whitesnake, this was called here in 1987, if you could see on the side, and in America it was simply called Whitesnake, actually. Classic Whitesnake album. Excellent, brilliant. Recommend you get this album. Re-listen to it. 1 minute, I'm just going to test something, wait a minute. Well, okay, I don't know how the lighting's going to be. This is a test camera angle actually for, because I did a little introduction video, my Mr. Bean video, where the introduction was done from this exact same standby. Woo! Okay, we're on to Black Sabbath albums. We've got the debut album here, actually. Yep, really great album, actually. Again, so yep, classic. I've got all the Ozzy Osbourne era Sabbath albums. Paranoid, not bad actually. I forgot Black Sabbath was released on Friday the 13th, and I think they actually did that on purpose. But it still managed to reach a really good chart position at the time of release. Black Sabbath, favourite early heavy metal band, along with Led Zeppelin and Deep Purple. So yep, got Paranoid. All these packaging is the same on the albums which I got. These are actually the reissues, actually. So yep. Bastard of Reality featuring the classic Children of the Grave. Sorry if there's a little line on my I actually see a line on my camera, so yep, I'm just going to have to get Master of Reality, classic album, with the classic Children of the Grave. I've actually got a song cover of Children of the Grave. If you haven't seen it, I'll post the link in the description. So yep. Volume 4. I haven't really listened to this yet. I'll tell you if it's good or not when I listen to it, and I'll tell you my next CD collection, which will be around Christmas. So Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, again, featuring a classic, Killing Yourself to Live. Oh, the radiator isn't on. It feels a little cold in here actually. Never mind, but yep. Another one, Sabotage, featuring the classic Symptom of the Years. This cover's actually really good, actually, really quite nice. That mirrory effect. And 1 minute, I've got a book in here. Let me just show you something quick before I move on to the next album. On the back, it's got the back of the mirror and on the back of the album cover. So yep. This is just, I'm testing this. I've just thought I might test this camera angle for showing the Black Sabbath albums and the Ozzy Osbourne ones, obviously. The next one, Technical Ecstasy. Another good album, but I haven't really listened to it in full, but it's good album. I'll tell you how it is in the next video. So yeah, I have to listen to some albums in this collection. I have to listen to. So yeah, Never Say Die, another excellent album here. Well, actually, I think I might have listened to Technical Ecstasy. Yeah, Never Say Die. It's an alright album, not the best Black Sabbath album. Not the best Black Sabbath album, but this was the last one with Ozzy Osbourne before he returned in 2013 with 13. Recommend this album. Great guitar playing on here, by the way. Actually, as well, great vocals, great everything about this album. Look at its cover, fantastic. It also reached #1, which is, I was over the moon when Black Sabbath were #1 with this album. So yep. Black Sabbath are coming on tour in the UK in November, December. I could plan on going to see him. Ozzy Osbourne, Blizzard of Oz, classic here. Classic Ozzy Osbourne album, right here. Yep. I'm planning on getting Diary of a Madman actually, but I'm make sure they see. I'm going to put CDs in that pile afterwards. So yeah, No Rest for the Wicked. Right here, featuring the song Miracle Man, where Ozzy Osbourne to him, please forgive me. And wait, in them, we well, mascot, please forgive me. I've forgotten what he said for a moment. I'm gonna have to double check after the video. Ozzy Osbourne, No Rest for the Wicked, excellent album. Got it. Anyway, I'm gonna put the camera back on the table, so if I'm going to just view this little clip, I'm going to put it back on the table. I'll see you in a moment. Well, and I've just changed my mind. I think I'm going to leave the camera right here for the rest of this video. So yep, we're on Motorhead albums now. We've got a few. With The World Is Ours, Volume 2, excellent. Oh, compilation here. I'm just going to show you. Let me show you here. Right here. So yep. I've watched the DVD. It's an excellent concert video. Excellent concert video on the. Oh, 1 minute. Oh! Sorry for the language. Wait a minute. Here we are. Got the DVD in there. Excellent concert video. Great quality, great songs, great everything. I saw Motorhead in 2011, actually in November at the Newcastle City Hall, and I still have to listen to these 2 discs right here. Got the live albums from the shows at Wacken, Rockin' Sonosphere and Rockin' Rio. So I have to listen to that. But overall, overall great compilation album. Yep. So if these Motorhead albums are not in order, I'm just gonna bring them up here to show you. I'm just gonna bring all of them up here to show you. Actually, got Motorhead, the debut album, classic album, right here. I love it, with great songs such as Motorhead, Lost Johnny, yes, Beer Drinkers, Oasis on Pro Show. A Monster does. So yep, this is actually a re-recorded version of On Parole. This is the re-recorded version of On Parole. The original version was due for release in 1976, but Motorhead's record label United Artists won't let them. So yep, this was released on the Chiswick label. So this was before the classic lineup. Classic three-man lineup released a great series of albums. No, Motorhead, Ace of Spades, brilliant album. Although I have to listen to it. Actually, I have to listen to some of these songs. Actually, oops. What? Whoa. This is live at Hammersmith, classic live album for you here. Right here. So yep. Yeah, I've listened to this on my dad's vinyl, but I still have to listen to the. I still have to listen to the bonus disc as well, disc 2. Wait 1 minute. Let's show you this Fast Eddie Clarke. Do you know why they call him Fast Eddie Clarke? Because really, it's very he's really fast and he's really fast. When go, well, maybe not that fast, not so aggressive. Maybe not so aggressive, but. Yeah. Still really fast guitar player. The last album by the classic lineup at Motorhead, we've got Iron Fist. I've got a few Motorhead song covers that on my channel. I'll maybe put the links in the description for those 2. But another classic Motorhead album right here. So yep, Iron Fist. Well, I can do that Lemmy imitation now without getting a sore throat. Yep. I'm just putting some more CDs in a separate pile, so yep. I've got a whole selection of Judas Priest albums right here, spanning the years from 1977 up until like about 1 minute. If I go back, this little purple line appears on the camera. I'm just gonna probably stay like this maybe. So yep. Or 1 minute, I'm just gonna put the camera back on the table. Well, you have to forgive me for cutting so much. I'm just trying to choose between camera angles. I'll stay with this camera angle for the majority of the video. I'll put the camera back on there for the outro. So yeah, we've got a whole host of Judas Priest albums spanning from 1977 all the way up to 1986, which I've got in this collection. So yep, we've got Sinner right here. Sin After Sin. So yep, a classic heavy metal album. So yep, and Judas Priest, this was the last album to feature this gothic-y type writing. So yep, then the ones after this album had the familiar logo on them. So yep, Excellent album. I love this cover art actually. Very gothic-y, very heavy metal-y. So yeah. Excellent album. We've got the follow-up to that. We've got Stained Glass, featuring the now familiar Judas Priest logo right there in the corner. Another good album. I think I've chosen this camera angle because you can see the CDs more brightly than why they're on the table over there. So yep, classic heavy metal album. They did where the production on this album was very clean and simpler than predecessor albums. I've got one Judas Priest album on the wanted list, that is Sad Winds of Destiny. When I go back to HMV, I'm gonna get that album because it is going nearly for £6, £7, £8 right over there. Another 1978 Judas Priest album, Killing Machine, with the now famous band attire of leather and studs right here. I don't know if you can see on the cover, you can see a little bit glare, you can see the light and the camera glaring off the lens actually, but you can actually see the band in their now famous leather and studs attire image. So yep, love this Judas Priest album actually. Great album and no great cover art. So yep, almost looked like doing this. So yeah, almost doing this. Almost doing this. Almost, yeah, I thought it was going like this. So yeah, okay, sorry about that. Wasting enough time pulling those faces what I did a moment ago. So yeah, I'm just gonna make this quick. 'Cause I'm running out of time. Because it's late and I want to watch television. So yeah, Killing Machine, excellent album. Rock on, Judas Priest. And I've just looked on the I just looked recently that the Epitaph World Tour, although the Epitaph World Tour ended last year, Rob Halford stated that's not going to be Judas Priest Part 2. They might come out with a new album in the future, possibly. So yep, and tour maybe. So yep. And if that comes, I might be like, the Priest is back in town, baby. So, the Priest is back in town, brother. So yep. Love this Judas Priest album. One of my favourite albums. Judas Priest British Steel. The first with the classic lineup of Judas Priest, the revolving lineup of drummers. This was the first one that featured Dave Holland on drummers, and he remained on all the band's 1980s albums up until Ram It Down, released in 1988. So yep, this is actually the 30th anniversary edition album. So it's got Blood and the Razor Blade right there. So yep, classic album. Well, this is one of my all-time favourite Judas Priest albums, along with Screaming for Vengeance. So yep, classic album, really love it. Well done, Judas Priest. Your album is a success and a classic heavy metal album, and a legend in heavy metal albums everywhere. So yep, great album. We've got the follow-up here, Point of Entry. Yep, another really good album. Judas Priest with Judas Priest's experimentation of hard rock in this more radio-friendly hard rock. This is the cover that we've got over here. It's got this little, almost looks like the tip of a pin. It almost looks like the tip of a pen or a pin or a pencil. It almost looks like the tip of a pencil or a pin or a pin or a pencil. Pencil or a pin or a pencil or a pin. Pin pencil. Well, it almost looks like a pencil or a pin or a, how can I say it? Pen. Rather. So, yep. Good album. Sorry, I'll just try about that little stutter for a moment. I just was thinking what that was. Another classic Judas Priest album, Screaming for Vengeance. Possibly my other all-time favourite Judas Priest album, along with British Steel. Yep. Great album covers these, actually. Yep. Got another follow-up here, Defenders of the Faith. Another excellent album, although I have to listen to it. I'll tell you how it is in my next CD collection video. So yep, great album covers these, love it. Well, so yeah, and the last of my Judas Priest albums is Turbo, featuring on I'm Your Turbo Lover. I've got a cover video on Turbo Lover. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you check out. Just type in Judas Priest Turbo Lover vocal cover, Metal Man 873. So yeah, I had myself wearing a coat and a hat covering most of my face. I wonder what can I do when I see my next vocal cover. Well, I could put my whole winter hat over my face, maybe, possibly. Classic thrash metal album, Megadeth. Peace sells, but who's buying? So yep, classic thrash metal album with Vic Rattlehead here, who gets a rattle after listening to so much thrash metal now and now again. Classic album. Here's another one here, the follow up to that. So far so good. So what? So yep, the classic Megadeth album, although was not the best one, but yeah. We've got Cryptic Writings here. This is the last with that drummer from the classic Nick Menza, I think he was called. So yep, another good album. The original cover was silver, but this one, since this is a reissue, it's black. So yep, it originally had Megadeth Cryptic Writings. It originally had Megadeth written on the top bit there. So yep, Cryptic Writings. This next album's a classic. It is Metallica. Ride the Lightning. Classic heavy metal. Classic thrash metal album. Really love this. Really enjoy this. Classic. I recommend that you get this album if you haven't listened to it. Because if you haven't listened to it, I don't know what you're missing. Hold on. Oh, so yep. Another classic one. Metallica album here. And Justice for All featuring the single One. I attempted to do a vocal cover in the early days of my channel, but I had to delete that video for some reason. But yeah, if you want me to do a cover of One, just comment. So yeah, we've got a sort of double album. This is Load. I haven't listened to this album yet, but written was still a good Metallica album with the southern rock influences there. Heavy metal sound. So yep, got the follow-up album. So that's what I almost felt like falling off the chair. Yep, we've got Reload. So yep, featuring the song Fuel, where James Hetfield goes a bit, give me fuel, give me fire, give me double side, and then it goes like, Reload. I haven't listened to this album in full, but I'll tell you how it is in my next CD collection video. So yeah, I promise I'll listen to these albums, which I said I haven't listened to yet. Got a Brit. What? Oh, sorry. Felt like falling off my chair again. Okay, we got a bit of groove metal here. We got Pantera, Cowboys from Hell, which I attempted to do a vocal cover on. I might do one in the future, maybe, if I don't get sort of if my voice is fully recovers. So yep, classic groove metal album right here. It's the sound that comes from hell. Another one here. We've got the follow-up, Vulgar Display of Power, the best Pantera album of all time. Of it, but I still have to listen to it, although, and I'll tell you what I think of it after when I listen to it. So yeah, got another classic thrash metal album, Anthrax. I'm on the living, follow me and die. I think that's how it goes. So yeah, classic thrash metal album here. Really recommend that you get this album if you haven't listened to it. So yep. got a new metal album here, which I still have to listen to. This is one of my very latest additions to my CDs collections, Isla, featuring the single Heretic Anthem and amongst a few other singles. People went beep! Disaster Piece and My Plague. So yep. Well, this is actually a different album. This is actually a different variant of the variations of the album cover. The original cover was white and it had the bull blacky browny. It's a browny blacky colour, I think. So yep. I think this is a classic new metal album. So yep. With Slipknot's very attention grabbing image. If I got a costume of them, I could sing a Slipknot album cover for you. If you want me to, just post a link in the just post the no. Just comment. Well, last but not least, we have Iron Maiden albums right at the bottom. One minute, let me just get you right up. There we are. This is the last batch of albums, which I'm going to show you before I move the camera back onto the table right in front of me. So yep, we've got. I'm going to show you these in order for these. Got Iron Maiden classic album here. If you haven't listened to it, really classic album. Really great songs, really great guitar playing on there, really great. Really great singing, really great vocals, really great everything. Love this album. Love it. Iron Maiden, favourite band of all time. Up the irons, once again to Iron Maiden. So yep, we've got the follow up to that. We've got Killers, the first with Adrian Smith, and the very last with Paul Di'Anno, because he was sacked because of his alcohol and drug use, which affected his stage performance. So, yep, classic Iron Maiden album here. Another one. Oh, here's one that is really one of my favourite here. Number of the Beast, possibly my favourite Iron Maiden album ever. Sorry, if I can get my words right. Iron Maiden album of all time, classic. And the first with. So yep. First one with Bruce Dickinson on vocals, classic Iron Maiden album, love it, well done. Iron Maiden, your albums are a success. So yep. We've got another follow-up album here, Peace of Mind. Peace of Mind, this could be another one of my favourite Iron Maiden albums of all time, if I listen to it. So I have to listen to this and I'll tell you what I think of it in my next CD collection video, so yep. Got the album after Power Slave, Caught Somewhere in Time. Somewhere in Time, featuring Eddie as a cyborg. It almost looks like muscles just about, but except he's a cyborg. Classic album here, featuring the songs Caught Somewhere in Time, Wasted Years, See It Madness, Heaven Could Wait, amongst others. So yep. Another classic Iron Maiden album for you here, Son of a Seventh Son. Yep, classic album here for you. Classic heavy metal album, classic Iron Maiden album, classic metal album for you. Classic heavy metal album for you here. Really recommend this if you haven't listened to it. Great guitar playing, great everything. And that was Iron Maiden's second release to top the UK album charts. The first one was Number of the Beast. The third one was Fear of the Dark. And the most recent one to top the UK album charts, Final Frontier, which is... Wait a minute, I think I must have left it somewhere. It's in my room. But, and last but not least, another addition to my Iron Maiden CD, another addition to my latest addition to my CD collection, which I got to, The X Factor, featuring vocalist Blaze Bayley. So yep, I'll tell you what I think of this album when I listen to it in full. But good album, not the best. But yeah, this is actually, I think, Iron Maiden's darkest album ever. So yep. So yep, those are all these CDs I'm gonna find for now. I'll just have to put you on the table for a moment for the outro. So I'll see you in a bit. Well, so yep, those are all my CD collection. I am planning on getting some more CDs for Christmas. So yep. I do have a lot more. Well, my dad owns a big collection of CDs, tapes, and vinyl records, LPs, but they're all upstairs in the loft. If I do a video of a tour of the loft, maybe, or a little random video, I could show you all that collection. But these are all my CDs, and that's all the bands I can find for now. So now sign off. I'll see you in my next video. Peace.